Just as I was about to press record, I was like, you know what I haven't worn in a while? Let me go get it. I honestly think this might be the best thing I own. I feel so much happier when I'm wearing this. I just feel like my life is complete. I love my boyfriend. I actually genuinely feel bad like if I ever get a boyfriend, or you know, if I get married someday. They're gonna have to deal with my obsession for the rest of their lives. But this video is not about Harry Styles, okay? I actually can't believe that I didn't know that this existed because I am a Reddit scary story connoisseur. Is that the right word? And a couple of videos ago, I did like the scariest short stories, and somebody told me that Reddit has an entire subreddit dedicated to short scary stories. I did not know that. I go on No Sleep religiously, and I have read like every single story on No Sleep. Those are the stories that I read on this channel. But I didn't know they had an entire section for just short stories. So we're gonna read some. I think I'm just gonna go to like the top ones, or maybe like the rising ones, because typically those ones are pretty good, and we'll just read a couple of them and see what the fuck happens. I genuinely can't believe that I've never visited this subreddit before. I've never been on it. Let's see. Oh my god! Wow. Can I even do like hot on here? Like the hottest? Oh, it is on hot. Or we could do top. Let's do top. I want to read the best that there is on the subreddit. Let's do all time. I looked this up on my computer before I started recording because I wanted to make sure that it was a thing before I went on my phone, and was really confused because I'm like 45 and I don't know how to use my phone. I'm not actually 45, clearly. But on my computer, it didn't let me choose a time frame, so I just got really excited because I was like, all time top scary stories. Fuck yeah! I feel so bad for my neighbors. I'm so sorry because they are right here. They are just right here. Sorry. Maybe one day they'll find my videos and they'll be like, oh, that's the stupid bitch who's always screaming. You know what? The airplanes are just soaring today, aren't ya? Aren't ya, buds? Oh, also, okay, I literally just tweeted this. This is how you know how fucked up my time frames are from when I film, from when I post. Actually, I don't know when this video is going up. Maybe it's going up soon. But I can't stop using this horrible country accent. I'm sorry, I spent 5 minutes of me rambling. I can't stop using this fucking horrific country accent, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know why I feel the need to do this all the time. It's really bad, and it's really annoying, and I know it's really annoying, but I can't stop doing it. Let's continue. Or start. I'm gonna link every single story and every single author. There's gonna be a lot of shit in the description, but I want everybody to get credit for their story. I'll also probably put the author like right here or something. So the top short scary story is called The Annoying Neighbor. I used to live in a small building downtown. One of the reasons I moved out was the bad neighborhood, including this guy in the apartment right over mine. It was a weird looking fella who mostly kept to himself. Around midnight though, there was frequently a strange noise that got on my nerves. It wasn't loud, to be fair, but I have a really light sleep, so it was hard to get my eyes shut with all those little bumping sounds going on and on. It reminded me of high heels walking about, but not as loud, as if the person causing the noise was actually trying to be silent. After a few days, I realized the pattern was always the same, like a recording played over and over with random intervals in between. And that went on for the best part of a year. Always the same sequence of bumps, slowly tattooed in my mind, sometimes for hours straight during the night. It was only several years later, when I was helping my daughter with her homework, that I learned a little bit of Morse code. She knocked on the table with her knuckles, and a shiver immediately went through my spine as I recognized the exact pattern. When I asked her what it meant, she laughed. "It's the easiest one, Daddy," she said. "It's the one to call for help." Wait, so this bitch was like up there for over a year and knocking for help? She's just, airplanes, not the time. I'm stressed. So she was literally asking for, oh my fucking god. Jesus, okay, Jesus. Alright, this next one is called I Hate It When My Brother Charlie Has to Go Away. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is. That, excuse me, are you fucking serious? Let's start over. I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is, that I'm lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations like undammed rivers. When I complain about how bored I am without a little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom likely far surpasses mine, considering he's confined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance. Of course, they did at first. Charlie's been back home several times, each shorter in duration than the last. Every time without a fail, it all starts again. The neighborhood cats with gouged eyes showing up in his toy chest, my dad's razors found dropped on the baby slide in a park across the street, mom's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwasher tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake normalcy, and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking he's ready for rehabilitation. That I'll just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie has to go away. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he's back. Oh my Bitch! Plot twist! We have a plot twist. Oh my fucking god. Wow. Wowzers. Oh wow. 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 How many times have I said wow in the last minute of me reacting to the story? Okay, moving on to A Day Off in Hell. Hell is a room with 2 doors. The first shuts behind you as you step inside. It locks into the frame, never to open again. The second door stands at the opposite wall. A solid, implaceable barrier, its purpose utterly inscrutable. As soon as both doors close, your torment commences. The room houses a single unique punishment, dealt out at the deft, sadistic hands of your custodian. You will scream. You will cry. And as you watch your wounds heal just enough to keep the pain fresh, there will be nothing you'll want more than escape. Once you've endured 24 hours of punishment, you are permitted a day off. The second door will swing open, revealing a bare, soft-lit room. Anytime you wish, you can pick yourself up and shuffle, unimpeded, through the doorway into the gray stone room. The space is featureless, except, as always, for 2 doors. As the door shuts behind you, your wounds will heal. Your pain will subside, and for 24 hours, nothing will happen. There are no special comforts, but in the quiet absence of ceaseless torment, you drink every second like ambrosia. Here's the thing, however. When your time is up, when the second door opens and you are pulled inside, you will be in a new room, with a new tormentor, and, importantly, your new punishment will be noticeably worse. Some take a while to notice the pattern. Some notice immediately, but just can't take the pain. They dash through the door as soon as it opens, eager for a day of peace. Those people have it the worst. They descend quickly beyond the realms of imaginable suffering, and their yearning for release will only make those 24 hours more inadequate. All of them will start to think of their earlier punishments almost fondly, lamenting that they ever set foot in the gray room, but unable to stop. But the real trick is played on those who learn restraint, those who realize the bone-rending torment they're undergoing is better than anything beyond the gray room. Their heart breaks 1,000 times every moment they decide not to step into the next room. Their soul shatters the moment they decide they're going to stay in that room. Hell is a room with 2 doors. The first shuts behind you as you step inside. It locks into the frame, never to open again. The second door stands at the opposite wall, open and waiting, reminding you with every agonizing second that this is a hell you chose. Holy fuck! Literally all the comments are like, fuck, this is some good shit. This is a genuinely great and scary concept of hell. I love reading horrifying stories that don't have the twist at the end. Yeah, no, that was like, I like the twist at the end because they really messed me up, but that was just really well written. I probably said a lot of those words wrong. I apologize. Okay, let's read a couple more. This one's called Seeing Red. Everyone loves the first day of school, right? New year, new classes, new friends. It's a day full of potential and hope before all the dreary depressions of reality show up to ruin all the fun. I like the first day of school for a different reason though. You see, I have a sort of power. When I look at people, I can sense a sort of aura around them. A colored outline based on how long that person has to live. Most everyone I meet around my age is surrounded by a green solid hue, which means they have plenty of time left. A fair amount of them have a yellow-orange tint to their aura, which tends to mean a car crash or some other tragedy. Anything that takes people before their time, as they say. The real fun is when their auras venture into the red side of the spectrum. Every now and again, I'll see somebody who's basically a walking stoplight. Those are the ones who will get murdered or kill themselves. It's such a rush to see them and know their time is numbered. With that in mind, I always get to class very early so I can scout out my classmates' fates. The first kid who walked in was basically radiating red. I chuckled to myself. Too damn bad. But as people kept walking in, they all had the same intense glow. I finally caught a glimpse of my rose-tinted reflection in the window, but I was too stunned to move. Our professor stepped in and locked the door. His aura a sickening shade of green. Oh my fuck! Literally somebody commented, this is what I was thinking like halfway through that last part. Somebody said, oh god, I expected a student gunman. The fact that it's the teacher doing the killing is amazing. Okay, I wouldn't say amazing. That's not what I was thinking. But I thought it was gonna be like a kid. I didn't think it'd be the teacher. Oh my god, then somebody else commented, they were like, at first I agreed with you, but later it hit me. When does a school shooter live long after? Then it became even creepier. This guy must be some other supernatural entity which will live long thanks to taking the life away from the kids. Holy shit. See, this is why I really like the short stories, or like stories that kind of leave you to kind of create an ending for yourself, because both of those are just like I would have thought like the ending that the person originally thought, but then the person who replied, it's just so smart. I honestly think the comments are like half the reason why I love Reddit so much. Well, I feel like that's half the reason anybody likes Reddit's for the commenters of the Reddit community. Okay, this one's called The Accident. It was 1 a.m. and Guy Halverson sat in the dark living room. He hadn't moved for over an hour. The accident earlier that evening kept playing over and over in his mind. The light turned red, but he was in a hurry and accelerated. An orange blur came from his right, and in a split second there was a violent jolt. Then the bicyclist rolled across his hood and fell out of sight on the pavement. Horns blared angrily, and he panicked, stepping on the gas and screeching away from the chaos into the darkness, shaken, keeping an eye on his rearview mirror until he got home. Why did you run, you idiot? He'd never committed a crime before this and punished himself by imagining years in jail. His career gone, his family gone, his future gone. Why not just go to the police right now? You can afford a lawyer. Then someone tapped on the front door, and his world suddenly crumbled away beneath him. They found me. There was nothing he could do but answer it. Running would only make matters worse. His body trembling, he got up, went to the door and opened it. A police officer stood under the porch light. "Mr. Halverson?" asked the grim officer. He let out a defeated sigh. "Yes, let me. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I have some bad news. Your son's bike was struck by a hit-and-run driver this evening. He died at the scene. I'm very sorry for your loss." No! Are you fucking kidding me? For some reason I thought it was gonna be like the bicyclist who showed up at his house. That was the first thing that came to my head. And then as I read that it was like the officer, oh fuck, that's so sad. That's actually really sad. Speaking of really sad stories, I feel like this is a horrible transition. This is just like poor timing for me to say this, but it made me think of it. Because one of my friends texted me yesterday and he was saying that I should read more stories, not just like horror stories or scary stories, but more like dramatic stories. So like really sad stories or like really scary stories. Like continue obviously with the scary, but like also read really sad stories or really dramatic stories, like just different genres I guess other than horror, which like I totally would do that. I've read a couple sad stories on my channel before. They're like sad paranormal almost, but like if you guys want to see that I could definitely do more of that. I feel like I would start crying though because I'm the biggest baby in the entire world and I cry at Harry Styles singing on carpool karaoke, so I feel like I would cry regardless of what was happening. But I can totally do stories like that if you guys want me to. But that was sad. That was poor timing for me to bring that up, but like I had to bring it up at some point, you know? Okay, this one's called My Daughter Learned to Count. My daughter woke me up around 11:50 last night. My wife and I had picked her up from her friend Sally's birthday party, brought her home, and put her to bed. My wife went into the bedroom to read while I fell asleep watching the Braves game. "Daddy," she whispered, tugging my shirt sleeve. "Guess how old I'm gonna be next month." "I don't know, beauty," I said as I slipped on my glasses. "How old?" She smiled and held up 4 fingers. "It's 7:30 now. My wife and I have been up with her for almost 8 hours. She still refuses to tell us where she got them." Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! This bitch was holding up 4 fingers. They weren't hers. I think somebody goes, "I find this more humorous than anything. Honey, where'd you get those fingers from?" Not telling. Bitch got him for like a party favor from his birthday party. Okay, I kind of want to read one more, not gonna lie. This one's called Bullied Teen Survives Dungeon of Torture. What the fuck? Unlikely hero emerges after a horror-filled month in the dungeon of the most prolific serial killer in history, saving self and classmate who used to bully her. Tonight, Nancy Johnson recounts her nightmare month at Dungeon of David Grace, serial killer responsible for hundreds of murders, taken with her entire senior class when Grace hijacked their bus. Miss Johnson was locked in a cage and forced to watch as he would take a classmate out each day and torture them for hours before killing them with a hammer. When police burst in, finding 27 horribly mutilated bodies in various stages of decomposition, Miss Johnson had already overpowered him and set him on fire, killing him and ending his 4-year terror-filled reign of the news. Police described the methods he used to torture the teenagers as uncharacteristically cruel, even for Grace. Only other survivor, Laura Lance, is catatonic and brain damage from a lobotomy attempt that was cut short by Miss Johnson overpowering David Grace. Formerly bullied Miss Johnson credits her faith in God for her will to survive. "There's not much to it, just my faith in going for it when I had the opportunity. Going forward, I hope I can inspire others to do the same. Never give up, no matter what the circumstances." Where they are now. 10 years after surviving serial killer ordeal, Nancy Johnson graduates from medical school. Dr. Nancy Johnson touring war-torn areas in Africa to help the poor and sick. Laura Lance dies after 25 years in catatonic stance after barely surviving David Grace's dungeon of horrors. No one was with her when Laura Lance whispered her first sentence in 25 years. She got him the first day. Are you fucked? So wait, okay, so this little bitch tormented all of her classmates. What the fuck? This bitch literally killed him the first day and then tormented all of her classmates and then just left the one girl who bullied her brain damaged. That is the most demented shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And that's where we're ending it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so glad that I found these because they're so well written that it's not even funny. I think most of the stories I've read, like even short stories, are very well written, but like, wow. I think the good news is I don't feel as scared this video. I feel very shocked. I feel very confused. I feel like I just went through a lot in that 40 minutes. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these because I will 100% do them. And I will, oh, my eye itches so bad, but I don't want to ruin my makeup. Okay, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Can we just take a second? Oh, sorry, you're a little wobbly here, a little unstable. Can we just take a second to appreciate my boyfriend? Because I love